Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 2 lead card coverage at the MVP Open at Maple Hill here in Leicester, Massachusetts. BigBarri commentary, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri, playoff event number 2.
Big time event.
Big time event, and we've got some pretty cool things coming up. We actually have a new episode of Patent Pending Podcast coming out this Monday that is hosted by Jesse from Trash Panda. Has a lot of very interesting things to say. This is about the future of disc golf. Some really cool topics. It's a good listen. I enjoy listening to it. You should check it out this Monday. But Paul, playoff event number 2, what does that mean?
It means a lot, man. I mean, people are jockeying for position for those finals, and a lot of points up for grabs. I just cannot wait. I mean, these guys right here, aside from Raven's going to have to do something really special. He has to win the event in order to get into a play-in. But for these other guys, they're all kind of close in points.
His putting was on another level round 1. Those putts he made from C2, I think 5 or 6 of them, were just outrageous.
Oh my gosh.
100% inside the circle. Corey Ellis, also 100% inside the circle. Not a surprising statistic. He is just 1 back, tied with Linus Carlsson. 1 back as well, 4 under, 100% scramble, the only player in the field to go bogey-free, and he was hitting those fairways. That is a recipe for success here at Maple Hill. So hard to stay in the fairways. Paul McBeth, we did not see a missed putt inside the circle for this card, I believe. I don't know if maybe Linus missed 1 or 2 of them, but McBeth 100% C1, and he was giving himself a lot of looks at 50% C2 and in off the tee. Pretty good driving work for these guys, which is a pretty common way to do well at Maple Hill.
You know, we're lucky to be able to see some of the greatest putting performances of all time. But I think Ravens falls into that yesterday. That was super impressive. I mean, a lot of circle twos. Let's go into hole 1, par 4, 853, second hardest hole on the course. Clear the pond, scrap it out from there.
Yeah, I mean, we have a slightly less windy day, but we have the headwind again that we had on hole 1. Just maybe 5 miles an hour less intense, but it's still blowing.
This has good height, so he's not going to have any problems clearing that pond, which if you watch where it lands, I mean, you have to pretty much land directly on the road in order to be able to go for this green.
Corey Ellis got a ton of power. We've seen him most recently competing at D-Glow for the title. Ended up coming up just short in a playoff with an epic battle with Calvin Heimberg. We know he can crush. This one comes out of his hand at 69 miles per hour. Ends up getting 500 feet off that tee shot.
5 bills.
Sweden, Linus Carlsson.
Curious to see how fast Linus throws.
He's got some zip. He doesn't necessarily, I don't think anyone would classify him up there in the top 10% on tour, but he can get it out there. He's got good angle control, and he got that one out at 65 miles an hour, so only a little bit less than Corey.
Yeah, you could tell how he really committed to that hyzer right there. I'm McBeth. I'm going to guess 69.
$68.
Dang.
But nice guess.
Thanks.
480 feet for Paul, and these are all going to be slightly out of position in awkward spots.
Nobody's going to be going for it.
I don't think they really are in a good position to try. But, I mean, if you want to hit that gap, you potentially can. It looks like Raven actually had the longest drive of the group here.
He did get the height on it.
Or maybe I saw that in reverse. Maybe, yeah, that's what that was. Okay. So Raven's just going to pitch this one up to the gap. He's going to be off to the right side, but that shouldn't be too difficult to jump putt to the green.
Ooh. The tree to deal with. Hit his hand. Committed, though.
Yeah, those spruces are pretty soft on the hit.
Yeah, they just cut you up.
They just kind of cut you up, and you'll be bleeding for about 20, 30 minutes, but besides that, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, grow up. Take the pain. Paul is definitely.
Oh, he's going for it.
Not.
Oh, he's not going for it?
He went for it, but that's
Yeah,
bad.
That's really bad. And he's going to have a really tough time getting to the green from there. Probably should be able to find a hole through the jump putt, but not where you want to be.
Yesterday, we only saw 2 birdies on this hole, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, that's
Even with the wind, you would think that somebody would get out there and chuck a sidearm around the corner and make bird. Even with that touch sidearm we saw yesterday, that's a good start for him.
Yeah, he was actually farther back than I thought. It had to go with a throw as opposed to a jump putt, but he executes the shot well. Linus with a good approach. He'll have the short par. It looks like Corey's going to try to jump putt through that early corner. And why not give it a run?
Yeah, when you get close enough to the wall, you really can kind of give it a
totally.
bid.
I mean, if McBeth can see it, I think he can see it. He's going to definitely run this. Chain height passing around the right side. It'll be an early bogey for Paul, and he says, I'll just
Souvenir.
Yeah, that's a disc for the crowd.
Kind of an important putt here for Raven. Right on the stripe. That's a good way to get it started. 20 foot. You want those 20 footers on the first hole, I feel like. Just long enough to where you have to putt it, but just short enough to where it's kind of easy work. Paul's going to do the double. Oh, no, he didn't. He was just like, no.
Yep.
Don't need my full meter off that other side.
Don't have too many Statmando stats today for you, but the 4 longest drives on hole 1, Thomas Gilbert, 595, Albert Tam, 474, Calvin Heimberg, I said 474. I meant to say 574.
Okay.
Calvin, 570. And you're
Big Jerm.
at 561.
Well, the first day you had the farthest drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that stat, man.
I'm turning
Congrats on
37
that.
pretty soon. Hole 2, par 3, 381 feet. OB right side wall and these trees on the left side define the fairway. Most players are going to try to work a shot from left to right, but putting the Anheuser brakes on as it gets through that pinch. This is moving right, but it looks like it might be flexing out if that pesky tree weren't there.
That is the peskiest tree on the
See
course.
that? Yeah.
No. I mean,
There's about 6,000 peskiest trees on this course.
but that one is,
Oof.
I mean, this isn't pesky.
No, this is smooth, silky shot from Corey. I'll leave him
We did have a
28.
right to left cross, which makes this pretty tough to get it on Anheuser, and then it brings that pesky tree kind of in play a bit more. But this looks just great. I feel like it needs to hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really nice hitting that rock wall. Also inside the circle. Yeah, the wind direction is the exact same as round 1. Like I said, just a fraction less windy.
Oh, no. Be low enough. Okay, that's a great kick.
Yeah, forward bounce.
Here's the thing. I'm going to call this for final round. The out of bounds line is now on the ground below the rock wall. That's going to come into play tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Predictions made.
Normally, it's the top of the wall.
Yeah, and you get some breaks
Yeah.
leaning against the wall.
I mean, you could stick in the side of the wall,
Yeah, you
even
can.
on 18,
Yep.
and be out of bounds. So I'm going to just saying.
McBeth from the ditch. He's got a green light go here.
Green light in.
Nice putt from Paul.
That's the thing about that guy. He catches a good break, and he knows how to capitalize. I mean, this is just zipping.
I think of all the great attributes of Paul McBeth, that might be the number 1 attribute. Like, he takes advantage of opportunities in a way that, like, he almost, like, in his brain convinces himself that he deserved the break.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to do that.
Oh, don't do that to him. Good catch. Very good. It's so crucial on this course to get to an early start. And what I mean by that is hole 2.
Yeah,
Birdie
for sure.
on a hole 2. I mean, it's an easier hole when you start 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, between the first 3, it's
And so if you can find yourself 1 under par, this little cleanup shouldn't be a problem for our good putter, Raven. If you can start 1 under after the first 3, you have a lot of confidence going into 4 and 5, which are some where you're wanting to get a couple there as well.
It's amazing how this course plays out. And we talked about it a bit in the first round where you can have a good round and a bad round be 8 strokes apart. And like you can play a bad round at 4 under and you can play a good round at 3. It's like,
Yeah.
It's hard to even like really put into words as I'm clearly struggling with it right
You
now.
can play a good round at 4 under and you can play a bad round at 4 under.
There you go. That's the best way of wording it. But it's surprising in that because when you do get those birdies early, as we look at hole 3, Corey going, is this going to turn late enough or get lucky? The lucky option is also in play.
That's it. He did it.
But if you get a couple of those early birdies, your game plan goes into so much more of a relaxed, stress-free zone where you're just kind of grooving through the course.
Look at inches. Yeah. Front 9, I've always said this. If you come out of the front 9, 2 to 3 under,
Fantastic.
You're doing great.
Game on.
Yep.
Linus was just inches away from the perfect line. This is a bit overturned, but that can work out sometimes for the player. This time, Paul kicks a tree and lands in the middle.
That's okay, though. Easy par. This is coming in at the 13th most difficult.
No. 7th hardest.
7th. Okay.
That was still on hole 2 stats.
Yeah, so it's tough.
Yeah, it's just very hard to get the 2. Not many players are winding up with the birdie look. Only 13 players on the day able to pick up 2.
Get up there. That's why that was such a good kick. Easy work from the middle of the fairway here. You go a little too far left and a little too far right. You can see Linus not in great position, but he made it up far enough to where easy sidearm work.
He's really good with the harp approach shots. When he goes flick with that, it usually means that there's going to be.
Yeah, you don't see him go like long sidearms off the tee.
No, it's not really his forte, but I mean he does well with the approaches, and that's really it's really all the most players need. Corey, he's one of the 13.
Corey says, "I'll take a little page out of McBeth's book right there.
Yeah,
capitalize on that
totally.
Good luck."
And what I mean by that, I mean a lot of players when they miss a line by a big margin of error, they might feel sorry for like the luck that they receive. And I don't think I've ever seen McBeth ever apologize for a good break. He just walks up to the shot and he just throws the next shot. And that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Easy work for the rest of the card. That's a typical, I feel like, card. Usually it's about 4-3-3-2.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a 2 on your card, that's pretty good. I mean, I feel like there's less 2s in the cards than there are 4s. That's for sure.
Trickiest little hole on the course. Hole 4, par 3, 246. Dealer's choice, whatever you throw straight. See thumbers, sidearm, putter shots, and then it's kind of rolling the dice on the green. There's a lot of roots, there's a lot of trees. You want to stop before, the wall over there, which is out of bounds behind it. He's in a solid jump putt today.
Not surprised to see Corey go stand still. He's very efficient with that shot.
Oh, that thing drifted pretty far right there.
And that's going to come up just inside the circle. Good shot. I actually was talking to Linus about this hole before the round, and he said it's the one hole I don't think fits in with the course. So I wondered if that was going to get in his head as he approached this hole today, but gets through that initial gap, makes its way down the fairway. He's outside C2, though.
Flippy disc.
Wow. That was incredible.
Yeah, he fit the hyzer through there.
Was that the get out of jail free disc? Did you let him borrow that?
I would never let anybody borrow that. It's my baby.
And you want to get the disc on the ground early, but Raven coming up just a bit short on the power.
And with how he's been putting, you know he's going to be running that. I really feel like.
Really?
I do.
That would be a quite aggressive run. Linus, however, he's leaving it a little short.
I mean, this is wide open.
Yeah, he's lining it up.
And why not when you're hitting that much change? I mean,
So
that's
close.
50-50 shot right there.
Big putt here for Linus. 28-foot downhill par putt. Stripes it.
Dream start, really. I mean, that's almost perfect. 4 is dang near a par 5 in those conditions. It is.
Wait, hole 4 is a
Oh,
par?
sorry. So I was looking at the 4. Hole 1, damn near a par 5.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
What?
Yeah, a little fumble from the words.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I've had plenty of those thus far.
And then just died. Yeah, that makes sense.
It was important for me to partner with a retailer that could help with growing my brand and making my products available all over the country and across the world. Flight Factory has helped me accomplish that. Check out all of my gear and thousands of other discs at Flight Factory.
Jerm, sidearm specialist. Tell us about 5.
You really just want to split that gap. I mean, get it up in the air, choose a stable disc that will just drift naturally. There's a slight left to right that's kind of coming and going, picking that right time to throw and getting either using the wind or using the disc stability to crash into the screen is really all 5's about. That's tight. This is going to bring those early trees into play, and he fights through. But a lot of times when you see that early hyzer come through, you see that catch those outer limbs, drops OB, and from there you go straight to the drop zone. And this is going to be challenging the same things. I mean, that's what you see. More times than not, that is a very common result there. McBeth did not trust the width, did not throw it flat enough.
That's going to be good. Plenty safe. Yeah, he did take on those trees
Yeah,
again. That was a little early.
Very common mistake.
Is it a mistake you think he's doing there, or is he just trying to get over the wall at some point?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I mean to say is the mistake is early.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it was a mistake throw, but that right there was clearly the best shot of the group.
Right.
And with that, he is left with C1 edge to an elevated basket with OB right behind it.
I guess when I think about mistake here, it's leaving anything left of the wall. You know?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's the mistake you can't make.
Like you go early and then you're a little nervous you could catch like Paul did, because he could have been safe too. Corey went in safe. Similar shots.
That's a short shot from the drop zone, but it is a very nervy one. And my goodness, Corey Ellis, folks, what is happening right now? 4 under. That putter is hot.
I mean, the putter's always been hot, but he's caught some nice breaks so far and capitalized.
Getting through on 5. Would certainly consider that a nice break. But yeah, to capitalize on 3 and now on 5.
And Raven's 2 inches from being having 2 jumpers again.
Yep.
Linus gets that. There is a little breeze coming off that water, which will lift your putt. So that's a mistake you see often.
But giving it a chance. It was never low. Obviously, he missed it just a bit high, but
Which is terrifying because you could just float right in the drink.
so Raven will remain at 1 over. Corey is just kind of pulling away from this card right now. McBeth, even par. Linus only at 1 under, and Corey's just making every putt off to a dream start. And onto the hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, na boo boo. Stick your head in doo doo. That's what this hole is right here. The hardest hole. I mean, 390. I can't think of a harder 390 in our game.
Is that what goes through your head on this tee?
No, I feel like that's what it's telling me. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, out of bounds left, out of bounds right. There's wind today, and it's kind of on a high rise. Swirls everywhere.
Whoa, look at this
jeez
late drifter
Louise.
playing the backdoor route. That's going to be obstructed by about 37
With
trees.
his start, it's rare that you don't see somebody go 4 for 5 and then not take
Big
a
mistake.
12.
Yeah, exactly. Big mistake on 6 is a
So that's
very common.
huge.
Totally. Look at this late drifter for Linus with the bad kick. Good second kick.
Yep.
You're in the par neighborhood right there. That's fine. This is fading out early. What a kick. You so rarely ever see that kick back in bounds, and you can see Raven's surprise. That was going to be 40 feet out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. In a tough spot.
Look at the hyzer trust thrown by McBeth,
Down the
Linus,
tunnel.
and Corey, and all three with beautiful executions on this incredibly tough fairway for a right-hand backhand throw.
And we get a nice break. Now, oh, he's so buttery at that.
Back-to-back days with really nice straight forehand approach shots.
Can these guys get out of here with all pars? Maybe a birdie.
That you rarely ever see.
Oh, work for it.
We'll call that a par.
Okay. Call this a bird.
Off the cage. Oh my gosh. That would have been Dream Start +2 at this point.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
That's the slow clap that we alluded to on the 8 holes. That we might not have that in coverage today, but that's what you're going to hear if you're the player approaching the tee on hole 8.
Linus is still bogey free for the tournament. That's crazy to me. That is crazy.
24 holes without a bogey at Maple Hill.
I mean,
Teach
this
me.
card not having a bogey on 6 makes my intro not sound as believable. But go watch first round and then let's watch tomorrow.
Nan Nana Boo Boo. Stick your head in doo-doo. This is kind of like Nan Nana Boo Boo Part 2, but up the hill version.
Yeah.
This is very difficult to get this shape just right, but there's no out of bounds. So you're not going to see the big scores. However, hole 6, hardest hole. Hole 7, third hardest hole. 3.32 average, which is just 0.1 easier than yesterday. So it's maintained its difficulty both days, and for good measure, for good reason, it is a blisteringly tough hole. That's a great drive. I mean, not really in great birdie position, but through the initial gap up there, easy 3 is great.
This could flip enough to get the backdoor action. All right. Now Linus has a chance to capitalize on some fortunate love there. That's a theme here, I feel like. Just catch the good break, because that's the only way you score.
Give yourself a chance to get a good break, really. I mean, if you miss these lines by 5 feet, yeah, you're going to get through eventually. But if you're the one who's missing your line by an inch or 2 every time, yeah, you're going to get some bad kicks, but more often than not, you're getting through and giving yourself a chance.
Yeah, Raven's going to have a really tough time. Looks like Paul, too, if he catches something.
Looked like his pace was a bit off there. He kind of like skipped into his throw, didn't have his normal footwork planted in the ground from what I saw.
Whoa, good second tree. I don't know. You think easier from down there or from the flat?
Well, the bad thing about down there is that McBeth does have a nice approach there, but there is a wall of trees from the bottom side, whereas at the top you have more openings for your approach. You're saying, like, what was easier, Raven's approach?
No, I'm saying, would Raven rather be down a little closer
I think
from
you
the
wanted
right?
to be exactly where I was.
You didn't let me get it out, Raven. Take it back.
Nice.
I didn't mean replay. I meant take it back.
Kind of like Terminator stormed that one in the basket. That was
a matter of
determined C2 make for par.
This
Corey,
is for par.
yeah, in some danger.
First time with some stress.
I could be wrong, but I don't know if Corey has ever stressed over a putt in his career. It doesn't seem like he's ever been like the least bit concerned about the result.
There's a fortunate birdie. Big time. Oh, wait, and I'm still bogey free.
And I'm only 2 back of the lead. I mean, Linus is playing some really solid golf, and to think that 6 under is within 2 shots of lead, and we're here almost midway through the tournament, really is a testament with no bogeys.
Kind of refreshing with
How
all
tough
the
this place is.
birdie vests.
What do you say about hole 8? I mean, it's
Well-
like, it's,
Don't hit the birdie float.
that thing is just moving around like crazy out there.
A funny story, just because obviously this is like the most entertaining hole on the planet for the crowd. They're all sitting back there. They cheer you on as soon as you come up. Anybody who makes the putt from the drop zone, if you do go out of bounds, they count. There's candy.
It's crazy.
But Linus, pardon me, gets it turned over.
But it's coming back in time.
Oh, and it's going in the hole.
Okay, that's a bullseye.
That was awesome.
And he's going to get the flag treatment. This is what you get with the bullseye.
That
Celebration.
kid does the twirl every time, too. Watch. He does a little 360 twirl.
Corey going direct line at it, and this is looking really, really good.
Oh,
Oh, Corey Ellis.
is dialed.
What did you have for breakfast, young man?
Eat it for the rest of your life. Just don't. This drop killed him.
We've seen some aces from the short tee, but I don't believe we have any aces on video from the long. What a shot from Corey.
That was dead center.
Linus is saying, come on, man, just give him a lift. Well, Raven now has seen how to do it.
Yes. I mean, I like this too. He's just got to get down and not get through the wall.
I mean, that's like within a foot or two of where he was in the round.
Yeah. That's too wide.
And it's turning.
And he gets the McBeth love. He
Are you
can.
kidding me? Not only that.
And he's taking advantage. Okay, back to my story. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is important.
No, please don't.
Emerson Keith throws one of the worst shots of his career, makes it into the birdie float, and then the crowd, a little high.
Yeah. Surprised
He's
that.
going to have a comebacker there.
Yes, he is.
But Emerson, then the crowd takes up an ace pool and gives him like $76.
What? I love Maple Hill. And Raven hears some chirps from the crowd or something that distracted him.
Right away, too. And that wasn't like a fake,
Yeah,
that was in a stroke. Whatever it was, I couldn't hear it.
No,
Because
I
I'm
didn't pick it up.
hours past this happening, and
This is in
was
the
there.
past. Yeah.
but you could tell that
3
he pulled
bullseye
it.
birdies and a frustrating 3 putt for Raven. Difficult to get past that sometimes, but he's going to need to buckle down. He's losing some strokes right now to our leader, who is playing, I mean, nearly flawless right now at this point.
The last throw was 2 inches from flawless.
Hole 9, par 4, 400 feet. Very tricky shot up this hill, and it becomes blind right here, going back downhill. We've seen some miraculous tee shots that have, well, we actually haven't seen it on Jomez, but we know that they've existed where people are able to get to this island. Most players, however, are going to throw the mid-range putter or mid-range and try to get it to turn right and go down the hill a bit, but that usually leaves a putter approach.
That's going to bring par is going to be tough from there. I mean, doable, but...
Its scramble opportunity is there, but Linus's bogey-free tournament is definitely in danger now.
And Corey's bogey-free round is in jeopardy. And that's double jeopardy.
Not yet. Got any drives through the gap. Raven going to go forehand with his dimension and see if he can get one over the hill and into the next.
Too early. He's going to need some love. Don't know.
Looks like he's found the woods.
Oh, boy, this looks tight.
Wow. Maybe. Okay.
It went forward. I'm impressed that he went with that high route there.
Ambitious attempt, and I would say pretty successful. And Corey, really all he can do is just get to the bottom of the hill there, and just outside the C2 marker, that'll be a jump putt approach.
Yeah, I should save the par pretty easily, unless he goes for it. Paul's going for it.
Yeah, there's just no layup. I don't think he even really understands.
Oh, this got stable.
Did this go out of bounds left?
Yes.
Wow. That is a very unusual place to see someone land.
And I don't think Raven's going to be laying this up.
Awesome. Hitting the box. What a bounce back after the 3-putt on 8. That was a great shot. And let's see what Linus is left with. See if he can save the par and keep this bogey-free thing going.
Or we clip something coming out.
Yeah, he'll have a putt. Yeah, he will.
Okay. I'm rooting for him at this point.
Totally.
Even though I'm playing against him. It's weird.
Corey's going to have an obstructed putt for the par. Probably have to straddle out left a bit and McBeth's par bid. Yeah, I haven't seen many players go out of bounds in that left pond there. What a scramble.
Wow.
What an absolute unit scramble that was.
That was crazy.
In horrible position, not great position, decent position, great putt.
Makes that look good.
Man, it's kind of
God,
a juggernaut right now.
What a
9
beautiful middle 2 scorecards right there.
And keep in mind, the hot round of the day in round 1 was 5 under with Raven. Corey's 5 under on the front 9. And he's got some work to do in the back.
Yeah. Both bogey-free psychos.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what happens when you play Maple Hill and the wind is down. You know, I mean, I think the hardest conditions that most players would say is a tight wooded course where the wind is actually dictating the shots. They can't go with their flippiest disc because they're turning over, missing their lines and whatnot. Playing in the wind and in the woods at the same time is a hard thing to do. As you can see, Corey Ellis and Linus are still at the top. They are trailed by Thomas Gilbert, who has also shot a 5 under in the front. Gannon Burr working his way up. He is tied with Thomas at 3rd place. And Paul Ulibarri?
That's a weird name to see on that leaderboard, huh?
Not really. You've had some success here in the past, I remember.
Yeah, 13 years ago. Look at this tree take a beating, though, from Linus.
Well, you can buy that Christmas tree right now on JomezPro.com. That tree is available. If you go... Oh, wait, no, it's not. We have completed half the tournament, Paul. We've got 9 more holes in the second round.
Yeah.
And, yeah, then we got the final 18 to go.
yeah, well, this back nine's going to be absolutely fantastic. Come join us. Can't wait to see what happens. A lot of birds to be had.
We'll see.
Peace.
You.
Peace.
Yeah. See you.
Peace and love.
Yeah, peace and love.
Baby.
Baby.